The Golden State Warriors were revitalized by the acquisition of Jimmy Butler, pairing him with arguably the greatest defensive player in NBA history, Stephen Curry. After the Butler trade, the Warriors became a dominant force, boasting an impressive 21-5 record when both he and Curry played together. Unfortunately, injuries to Butler, a tailbone injury, and Curry, a hamstring pull, led to one of the biggest what-ifs of the season, raising the question, do the Warriors have what it takes to reach the NBA Finals once again? Batman and Robin's elite resumes. Even at 37 years old, Curry remains a playoff juggernaut. In Game 1 of the 2025 Western Conference First Round against the Houston Rockets, Curry delivered an incredible performance, scoring 31 points on 63% shooting, including a 5-4-9 effort from three-point range. He showcased his ability to navigate through defenses with impeccable shot-making. His 36-point outburst in Game 3, despite facing double teams, further demonstrated his clutch gene, leading the Warriors to a 2-1 series lead without Butler. Curry's playoff resume for championships and a Finals MVP solidifies his ability to excel in high-stakes moments. Butler adds a level of versatility that is challenging to strategize against when he is playing at his peak. In that same Game 1, Butler contributed 25 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals, earning the moniker Playoff Jimmy for his two-way dominance. His defensive tenacity and playmaking ability provide a new dimension, allowing Curry to operate off-ball while Butler exploits mismatches. Butler's capabilities are unquestionable. He was the catalyst for 2 NBA Finals appearances with the Miami Heat. His recent Instagram post showed him preparing for the upcoming season, stating, "I'm on my way to being great, man." This confidence from Butler may ease the anxieties of Warriors fans, suggesting that with both him and Curry, the best is yet to come. Is this supporting cast enough? However, the reality facing the Warriors is that it takes more than just 2 star players to win. Draymond Green, now 35 years old, is what Butler refers to as the Batmobile. He has consistently performed at a high level, finishing 3rd in Defensive Player of the Year voting and earning first-team All-Defense honors. Beyond the star trio, there is a concerning lack of dependability and consistency within the Warriors' rotation. Jonathan Kuminga has expressed a desire to leave the organization, but management is resisting that. Buddy Hield has shown flashes of brilliance, especially in Game 7 against Houston, but inconsistency has been an issue. Brandon Podziemski averaged 11 points per game on just 36% shooting in the playoffs, indicating he may not have been ready for the challenge. Meanwhile, Moses Moody struggled significantly, unable to effectively handle the basketball during the final 3 months of the season. Depth matters in today's league. The Indiana Pacers have highlighted the importance of dependable supporting players, especially those in the 4th to 7th man roles, in today's NBA. However, the Warriors have numerous question marks regarding their bench depth. There are reportedly verbal agreements in place for players like DeAnthony Melton and Al Horford, but one is coming off a career-threatening injury, while the other is 39 years old. With Curry, there's always a chance. One cannot write off the Golden State Warriors as long as Curry, Butler, and Green remain healthy. Still, with the reigning champion Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, now featuring Kevin Durant, and Anthony Edwards-led Minnesota Timberwolves all improving and gaining experience, concerns are beginning to mount for the Warriors. Perhaps the anxieties stem from a fan base that still may not fully comprehend how remarkable Stephen Curry has been, as he remains undefeated in the Western Conference Finals. Assuming good health, he and his team will just need to make it there. On the surface, the Golden State Warriors appear to have the leverage in the ongoing standoff with their restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. But underneath, they are in a lose-lose situation, according to ESPN's front office insider Bobby Marks. It's probably more of a lose-lose for Golden State. I'm not saying Golden State should panic and suddenly offer 3 for $80 million, Marks said over the weekend. How I look at it for Golden State is that Jonathan Kuminga is now on a 1-year, $8 million deal. According to ESPN's Shams Charania and Anthony Slater, Kuminga has expressed his willingness to take the $7.9 million qualifying offer and become an unrestricted free agent after next season. That is the doomsday scenario for the Warriors. Trading Jonathan Kuminga at a $22 million salary is a lot easier than trading Jonathan Kuminga at an $8 million salary if you want to go hunting for a big name, Marks explained. What if an all-NBA player becomes available? You do not have the contracts unless you're trading and Draymond Green or Jimmy Butler. You would have Kuminga at $8 million, Moses Moody at $11 million, Buddy Hield at $8 or $9 million. You don't have the numbers to stack, which is why getting Kuminga on a 2-year deal for $45 million is a perfect solution for Golden State, but it takes two to tango and requires Kuminga to sign at that number. Battle of Control. Kuminga has rejected the Warriors' offer, which includes a team option on the second year, which is designed to be traded after the 6-month moratorium. But they also asked Kuminga to relinquish the inherent no-trade clause that will give them the power to trade him to the highest bidder, not necessarily to a team that will give Kuminga the playing time and major role he's desperately craving. In rejecting the Warriors' $22.5 million offer per year, Kuminga stood for himself, not wanting to cede too much control to a franchise he believes has stunted and strung his career along for 4 seasons, according to Charania and Kuminga. The incoming fifth-year forward likes the fresh start that the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings have offered, according to Charania and Slater, as Kuminga views coach Steve Kerr as someone who has made it clear there is not a defined big-minute opportunity for him every night with the Warriors. Widening rift between Kuminga. Kerr went on record that Kuminga will not play starter minutes next season if he remains with the team following their playoff exit. I've been asked to win, Kerr told the San Francisco Standard's Tim Kawakami on the TK show on May 21st. And right now, he's not a guy who I can say I'm going to play 38 minutes with the roster we have, Steph, Curry, Jimmy, and Draymond, and put the puzzle together that way and expect to win. Kuminga ended last season with a scoring flurry. He averaged 24.3 points on 55.4% shooting and 38.9% from the three-point line during the final 4 games of their second-round matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But the Warriors did not win a single game with Kuminga leading the way in scoring without an injured Curry. Those flashy numbers don't mean a thing to Kerr if they are not winning. Even as the Golden State Warriors restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga has reportedly chosen the Sacramento Kings as his preferred destination, the two teams have been unable to work out a deal. According to multiple insiders, the Warriors rejected a package headlined by Malik Monk, Devin Carter, and a lottery-protected first-round pick, making it clear that they need at least one unprotected first-round pick to go with young assets. The Warriors have also reportedly asked for either Keegan Murray or Keon Ellis in a deal, only to be rebuffed by the Kings, who've made both players unavailable. Amid the stalemate, Fadeaway World floated an idea that may work well for both the Warriors and Kings. Kings would receive Jonathan Kuminga, sign and trade, Moses Moody. Warriors would receive DeMar DeRozan, Devin Carter, 2026 Sacramento Kings first-round pick, 2026 Sacramento Kings second-round pick. DeRozan fits Warriors' timeline. While the 6-time All-Star is no longer in his prime, he's still a certified bucket-getter. Last season, he averaged 22.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists on respectable 47/33/85 shooting splits, while serving as the late-game closer for the Kings. The 36-year-old has 2 full seasons left on his contract, which could prove to be a risk for a Warriors team intent on scaling back expenses. However, he would fit into Golden State's veteran roster featuring Stephen Curry, 37, Draymond Green, 35, and Jimmy Butler, 35, and the quarter may feel an urgency to chase a championship. DeRozan's ability to operate in half-court sets, draw fouls, and initiate offense would ease the burden on Stephen Curry, who turns 38 next March, read the article, making a case for DeRozan to join Golden State. And unlike Kuminga, DeRozan is a win-now piece, something the Warriors desperately need in what may be the final chapter of the Curry era. Not interested in DeMar? It's worth noting that the Warriors are reportedly not interested in DeRozan as a centerpiece in a trade for Kuminga, according to The Athletic's Sam Amick. My understanding is the Warriors weren't interested in Carter or DeRozan, Amick said on the Warriors Plus Minus podcast on July 30th. As of a couple of weeks ago, the Kings weren't willing to pay Kuminga into the $20 million range AAV. However, the package above could entice Golden State as it includes an unprotected first-round pick and a future second-round pick. In the end, this deal works financially, talent-wise, and narratively. The Warriors end the uncertainty around Kuminga, add a veteran scorer in DeRozan, and secure assets for the future. The Kings bet on youth and upside. For once, everyone wins. As for the Kings, the additions of Kuminga and Moody would add to their blossoming young core of Murray and Ellis. For the Kings, it's a calculated risk with potentially huge upside. Kuminga still averaged 15.3 points for 0.6 rebounds and 2.2 assists last season on 45.4% shooting, despite inconsistent usage and tension within the Warriors' coaching system. In Sacramento, he would thrive with more freedom and a defined role. Pairing him with Domantas Sabonis gives the Kings a dynamic duo in the Western Conference. Moses Moody, meanwhile, is coming off a quietly strong season with 9.8 points and 2.6 rebounds per game and could fill DeRozan's minutes as a cheaper 3 and D-wing option.